Hey, this is Brad with 4D Tech. Follow along as we install one of our start-stop eliminators in the 22 or newer style Jeep Compass. Let's get started. First, we'll want to start with the steering wheel all the way out and up as far as possible. Next, we'll want to remove this covered piece of trim that goes along the front of the dash here. We can use a dash removal tool to kind of help us get started and behind it. Gently releasing all the pop clips, being very careful here where it gets thin. And we can disconnect the start-stop switch. There's a little tab on the top that you'll depress with your finger to remove it. I'll set that aside. Next, we'll need to remove the T25 screws that secure the panel along the front here. Next, we'll want to just pull down this piece of trim that's underneath the silver strip here. We don't need to remove the panel completely. We're just pulling it down and out of the way, just to give us some clearance there. Next, we'll want to remove this panel by unclipping it from the dash. We're not going to remove it completely. This side is going to stay in place. We're just going to pull it down and out of the way so we can access some screws. This does take quite a bit of force. And then we're going to kind of tip and roll it out from behind the climate control section here. And that's far enough right there. Next, we'll need to remove, I believe there's 5 T25s that hold the screen in place. Now that that's complete, we can pull the screen assembly out by hand. We'll lay a cloth down to protect the screen, and we'll tilt it down so we can get access to the wiring on the back side. And back here, you're going to disconnect this line here. There's a little tab right where the tip of my pinky is that we're going to depress to the right and pull out of the connector. We'll then take the start-stop eliminator from 4D Tech. We're going to plug it in line. And you can use a provided zip tie if you want to zip tie this up so that it's not flapping around. And what we're going to do is then tuck all the wiring back in the dash. Press it back into place. Next, we'll put the 5 screws back in around the screen. Next, we'll clip this silver piece of trim back in, making sure we put the back edge over the climate controls and kind of rolling it into place. It'll take a little massaging, but once you get everything lined up, it should go right in. Once that's clipped in, we can clip this lower panel back in as well. Now we'll replace the T25s across the top. Next, we can reinstall this gray trim panel here, remembering to plug the engine start switch back in. Tab faces up. Simply line that up. Clip it back into place. Now that we've installed the start-stop eliminator, let's start the vehicle for the first time. As you can see, after a moment, the auto start-stop system is defaulted to the off state. This will happen every single time you get in the vehicle. If you want to turn it on for a drive cycle, simply press the button. Now you see how easy it is to install one of our start-stop eliminators in the 22 and newer style Jeep Compass. I'm Brad with 4D Tech, and thanks for checking out our video.